Hello and welcome to another edition of RADTV UK. RADTV stands for Reporting for Accountable Democracy, and we're based in the UK. My name's Ian Henshall. Tonight we've got three topics. We've got the Prism, of course, you'll have heard about that, the surveillance nightmare that turned out not to be a nightmare but to be true. We've got the latest analysis from Syria, the war that could be escalating. Is it escalating, or are we talking about saber rattling from the western side? And then finally we've got some news reports and a report, on the spot report from Bilderberg from my colleague Roy Hunter.
Tonight Ian Henshall is going to talk about codename Prism, which is the National Security Agency in Washington. That it's been discovered they've been listening, well, not listening to, but they've been taking all the data from your emails, phones, YouTube, Facebook, bank accounts, and they're storing all that data. Ian's going to talk to us about it now. Ian.
Yeah, well, I've been reading the German view on this, and of course the Germans have got an interest in this perhaps as much as anybody, because the Nazis used snooping as a way of consolidating their power in the 1930s prior to starting the Second World War, and then later the communists did much the same thing in East Germany. So for Germans, it's almost unthinkable that the country they thought was their friend, America, would be hoovering up all their personal data and storing it in this way. Let's hear what Der Spiegel magazine has to say about this. The American intelligence director and the White House have finally confirmed what insiders have long known. The Obama administration is spying on the entire world. Politicians in Germany are demanding answers. This is what Der Spiegel says. South of Utah's Great Salt Lake, the National Security Agency has a 10,000 square meters camp. And the reason, apparently, according to Der Spiegel, why they've chosen Utah is because that's where Mormons are based. And Mormons go around the world as missionaries for their religion. And they also, of course, pick up a lot of languages. And then they come back and work for the NSA. A lot of them work for the NSA, translating foreign language information and data which comes in. Well, Der Spiegel's found a couple of new whistleblowers, it seems, NSA employees Thomas Drake and Bill Binney. And Bill Binney was a mathematician, and this is what they've got to say about how much data is being stored. Bill calculates that the servers are large enough to store the entirety of humanity's electronic communications for the next 100 years, and that, of course, gives his opportunity to listen in to anything they want. Top secret document published last week by the Washington Post and Britain's Guardian, where this all broke, shows that where the NSA is getting the majority of its data from. Pretty much every American internet provider, whether it's Microsoft, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, YouTube, Skype, AOL, Apple, they're all handing over their data to the NSA, and it's directly from the servers. This isn't anything which is sent ad hoc. This is a permanent link into the servers of pretty much every American computer provider, internet service provider on the planet directly. The companies denied the claim. So that gets onto the legal issues, and Der Spiegel says that German Chancellor Angela Merkel is very concerned about the legal issues, and she's bringing this up and talking about the possible impairment of the rights of German citizens. Well, of course, their rights certainly are being impaired if this story is correct. How could US judges, this is our question, how could US judges have agreed that this is legal when it clearly is in breach of the American Constitution, which insists that Americans have the right to privacy? How can you have the right to privacy when practically anything you do is stored and potentially snooped on by the NSA? Well, the rumour on the internet is that the NSA had access to the Supreme Court's personal emails, which they would do, and they were blackmailed, simple as. They blackmailed them. This is getting very close to how the Nazis operated in Germany in the 1930s. Everybody's got a secret might not be illegal, but everybody's got something they're embarrassed about. I challenge you, you viewers, that if you think you haven't, you have, and that can be used to blackmail you. People say, well, I've got nothing to hide, I've got nothing I'm frightened of, but it's not true, unfortunately. Anyway, that's what the rumour has it, that the Supreme Court was blackmailed into approving this. And of course, with the right court orders, we could understand why these internet providers would lie to the public. They've been ordered to lie. It's quite possible that they've been ordered to lie on threat of being thrown in jail. It's that simple. Once you can control the law and get it to rewrite the Constitution, then there's almost nothing you can't do. You can start a war based on lies. We've seen that. There's another war apparently starting based on lies. And that brings us to our second part of the show, when we're going to be looking at what's going on in Iraq. Thanks very much for watching. This is RADTV, the beginning of our show. You've just watched the first section. The second section's coming up. Reporting for Accountable Democracy in the UK. I'm Ian Henshall. Thanks for listening.